Hello, what is up everybody? So today I have a what is on my iPhone video, but I also wanted to accompany it with a digital identity take on it. My nose is itchy, oh my god. So I took a workshop led by Dr. Laura Allen. She just defended her dissertation, I saw on Twitter, so that's very exciting. But I took her workshop on mobile technologies and composing for smartphones, pedagogy, and social diversity, and I found it to be the most fascinating thing in the world. Like, I've always been fascinated by how people organize their phones, and I thought that was just like me really being into organization and stuff like that. But she took it further by explaining how it all comes down to your digital identity and how phones are now a new way of showing who you are, which I think is so now there are so many different ways that we express ourselves without really even knowing it. And so I wanted to bring up this screenshot, and we looked at different screenshots of home screens and we tried to kind of assume what they were like. So in this photo we have on the left side we have C, which is darker. It is alphabetized, and you have like my AT&T, you have the watch, but then on the B side we have a very bright and kind of like colorful background, and we have little emojis to name the folders and such, and I think we came to the conclusion that side B was more younger and more vibrant and bright, whereas side C is an older person who is very organized and is a professional. And we also found out that the placement of apps can be very important. So like messages, like when you reach over, like that is like they use messages a lot because they can just reach over and it's right there, which I found to be fascinating. And so now I'm gonna take you into what is on my phone and see what it says about me. So I have the iPhone 8 Plus, and I currently don't have a case on it because I like not having a case when I'm at home. I don't trust myself enough to leave the house without a case on, but right now we're not leaving the house, so that's not really a problem. So this is my phone. I am screen recording, so I'm actually gonna move over. Yeah, there we go. So it'll be up here. Okay, so this is my lock screen. I just got this photo from Unsplash. Unsplash is one of my favorite like photo websites, I guess. It features a lot of photographers' photos, and you can download them for free and use them for free. I mean, it's highly recommended that you credit them, but I find a lot of good photos on there for my desktops and other projects and stuff like that. And then here's my like, wow, what are words? This is my home screen. This photo is also from Unsplash, and it's really pretty. This background gives me very like summer beachy bonfire vibes, like I'm wearing an oversized sweater, like we're at a beach house, we have a bonfire going. Not that I've ever done that, but it just gives me those vibes. So going through the top row, I have weather, calendar, photos, and camera. So starting with the weather, I have so many different weather things on here from places I've traveled to or where I live, or I don't even know where Newland is. It's probably where we went hiking one day, and so I like knowing the weather so I know how to dress properly. Next I have the calendar app that came with the phone. I actually use Google Calendar, but I like having the iPhone calendar because it shows me the date without me having to go in and like go into Google Calendar because it doesn't change the date on the face of it. I have my Photos app, camera, and then we have clock. I just cleared out a bunch of things on my phone, but I used to have so many different alarms. I had stuff from 2018 because one of the alarms was go to class, and I haven't been in class in a very long time. It's only been 2 years, but it's been a very long time. So I finally cleared all those out. So right now I only have my bedtime one, and I only woke up at 9:30 today. I had an alarm set for 9:30 today because it's the weekend and I wanted to sleep in, but usually during the weekdays I wake up between 7 and 8. So in my tools app, I have like some very generic ones, but then I have LastPass, which is my password management system. I think that's what it's like, the proper phrasing is, just so that all my passwords are secure. And I try to have a different password for each thing, and LastPass has this thing where you can generate new passwords, and it's very nice when you're trying to log into something new and you can just generate a password and you don't really have to think about making a secure password. Next, I have shortcuts. I absolutely love shortcuts. I discovered this earlier this week when it was like 1:30 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. I have all these different things, and so we can't travel right now, but I have stuff for like boarding an airplane. And one of my favorite ones is the sunset time. So when you click the sunset time, it shows you what time the sun sets in your location. And I have like a pasta timer for 9 minutes because I make a lot of pasta. Yeah. And then my favorite one is bedtime. So when I click on bedtime, it dims my phone. I don't know if you can see that. It dims my phone. It sets up do not disturb and all of that. So now I'm gonna bring all of that back up. And then we have settings, Google Maps. I prefer Google Maps over Apple Maps. I used to love Apple Maps, and then one day I tried to get it to take me to my bank, and it brought me to a barn. So that is when I started using Google Maps. And then I have Wallet. I actually love using Wallet. So in my Wallet, I'm just gonna blur out the top section of it. I have my Starbucks app. I have different boarding passes in here from when I was traveling, and I really like it because all I have to do, my phone knows when I'm at the airport, so it pops up on my phone, and when it's time to board, I can just like quickly scan it and go. I have a ticket to the Niall Horan concert. Yeah. And then I have my Wegmans card, so I don't have to carry around the little key fob, and I love Apple Wallet. And then next I have notes. I use notes so much. I have so many lists in there. I have video ideas in there. I write down my like thoughts in there sometimes, but I did switch over to a new app for that. I'm not going to open that though because I have a lot of personal stuff in there. I have this app called City Mapper. I just downloaded it because I was watching a bunch of what's on my iPhone videos, and they have this for big cities, and you can, I don't actually know what this app does, I'm just going off of what the person told me, but you can, I feel like it's really weird that I'm sitting like this, but oh well. Yeah, so you can get like walking directions, I guess, to all these different things, and I really want to be able to explore new cities like Philadelphia once I move there. I lived near DC for like my entire life, but there's still parts of it that I don't know, so this is going to be wonderful to find new places to go. And then I have my email app. I have reminders. I use reminders religiously. I have like expiration dates, normal reminders, doing all the things. This is for when I get out of quarantine. And then I have a coffee and food section. I made a list of different coffee shops and food places that I want to try out. And then I have a date ideas folder. And this is where I just keep all the date ideas. Self-explanatory. I have stuff like going to the botanical garden, different restaurants we want to try out, and whenever we like run out of date ideas when we're finally allowed to go on public outings, this will be very handy. And then I have meds mainly for like my birth control, and like I take magnesium pills and probiotics and stuff like that, so I know that I'm taking them every day. And then I have Messenger. I have a lot of group chats on Messenger. Then I have Snapchat, and then Google Calendar. My calendar is very aesthetically pleasing. I also changed all the colors recently too. Before it was kind of bolder, and now it's more, I don't know what to call this color palette, but I put absolutely everything into Google Calendar. If it's not in my calendar, I most likely will forget that it's happening and I won't go. And then I have a food folder. I have Uber Eats and DoorDash for takeout orders. I've been getting takeout like once a week recently, so I have that. I have the Sweetgreen app. I haven't actually used this app, but I love Sweetgreen, and I recently listened to the How I Built This podcast with Guy on NPR, and one of the episodes was about Sweetgreen, and I don't have a Sweetgreen near me, but once I am in Philadelphia, yeah. And then I have the Starbucks app. I've been working from home since September, and so I used to go to Starbucks a lot, and so I have all my rewards on there, stuff like that. Then I have Untapped. Untapped is a wonderful app. If you are a beer drinker, if you like going to breweries and stuff, I highly recommend this app. Oh, they changed their interface. But if you go to your profile, you can check in your beers, you can take photos of them, you can check them in. There were times where I would be at a new restaurant and I would wonder if I had tried a beer before, and I would look at it. There was one time I got a beer and I was like, this tastes familiar, and I remember not liking it, and I went into my app and I realized I had given it 1 star out of 5. So probably should have looked at the app beforehand, but I really like this app. You can get badges and it's a lot of fun. And then I have Yelp. I use Yelp to look at reviews of restaurants that I've never been to before, and I find it very handy. And then I have my social folder. In here I have Kakao Talk, which is like, I guess, the Korean version of group chatting. I use it with my family. And then I have GroupMe, which is for another group chat. And then I have Pinterest. I love scrolling on Pinterest while I'm like sitting outside and drinking coffee in the mornings. Like, I usually do this during the weekends, but it's so soothing and so relaxing. And I don't know, it's just like you're scrolling on your phone, so you're like slowly waking up for the day, but you're not like scrolling on Twitter. And then I have Instagram. Instagram is my favorite. This is my feed. So follow me on Instagram if you want. All of my social media handles are by Stephanie Che. Actually, that's a lie. My Pinterest is just Stephanie Che, but my Twitter and my Instagram are by Stephanie Che. That was inspired by my newspaper days. And I really like having a byline, and so when I open a photo it says by Stephanie Che, like a byline would. So there we are. And also this photo, I absolutely love this photo. It was taken when I was in England a few years back, and I just really want to drink a cup of tea in this garden, which I didn't, but it gives me very cozy vibes. And then I have Spotify. Spotify is my favorite music app. I think I have a lot of fun playlists, and some of them are public, so if you want to go listen to them, they're open. I have a lot of collaborative playlists as well. I always have music playing, especially since I live alone. I have a lot of music playing so I can have like background noise. I don't like sitting in silence. And then my second page is all in folders. I think it's more clean this way. I think it's like a cluttered clean. What is it called? Like a messy organized? What is it called? Organized mess. There we are. It's like an organized mess. We'll see. So we have my travel folder. I have Uber. I have the Delta app and the United app because I fly Delta a lot, but there was one time where I did fly United, and so I have the app so I can get my travel updates and stuff like that. It also has my boarding pass in there, which I just transfer over to my Apple Wallet. And then I have Amtrak. I take Amtrak when I travel between Virginia and Philadelphia for work. And so I have the app so I can also have my boarding pass on there as well. And then I have Expedia. I booked some hotels and flights through there, so I just have that as well. And then I have my productive folder. This is all kind of like work-based. So I have files, which I have iCloud set up between my computer, my phone, and my iPad. So I have all my files wherever I am, which just gives me a sense of mind if I need to send something to somebody, if I have a shipping label that I want to send to somebody but I don't have my laptop ready. Yeah. And then I have Google Drive. I love using Google Drive for work and for some of my creative things because then I can share it with other people and they can edit it directly and leave comments and stuff like that, so I really like that. And then I have Docs and Sheets to go with it. Then I have Google Photos. I use Google Photos to back up all my photos. I do have my photos backed up in iCloud, but I also have this app just for like a second backup because I'm crazy like that. And also when we have like group hangouts and stuff like that and people take photos, we make folders and we put in our photos in there. And then I have the Visco app. That's how I edit my photos. I guess my favorite my favorite filters are, let's see, let's go into this one. My favorite filters are KE1 and then A9 and A6. It gives it a very clean and sharp look, I feel, and I really love that for my photos. And then I have YouTube Studio. I just like having YouTube Studio for the times I do upload a video and I want to see how it's doing. I want to see if I get comments and just stuff like that. Look at my analytics and stuff. And then I have the GRE vocabulary app. I am studying for the GRE right now. I wanted to get a head start because I didn't do too well on the SAT, and I hate standardized tests and I hate what they stand for, but I gotta take the GRE to get into grad school, so here I am. My camera's about to die. Lovely. And then I have Notability, and this is how I digital bullet journal. Yeah. And so I have my to-do list, I have a typed journal, I have my weekly planner, and then I have a journal that I handwrite because I love the act of handwriting your journals. And I have this synced between my iPad and my phone. Okay, I gotta finish this video, like, right now. And then I have my finance app. I know the digital security and privacy people are freaking out right now. Like, this was my only downside to posting my what is on my iPhone video, because then people will know like what banking apps I use, but and so I have my Verizon app so I can pay my phone bill. I have Capital One, PNC, Venmo. I love Venmo. I have Zelle, and then I have the Paragon and Regal app for when my brother and I, we go to the movie theater and we get like rewards and stuff like that. And then I have entertainment, so I have the Nook app. I don't like reading on my phone, but like there are times where I end up reading on my phone. Like yesterday I was standing in line at Wegmans and we were in line for a while, so I started reading on my phone. Then I have the YouTube app, and then I have Pokemon Go. I don't really play, but all my friends do, and they send me gifts, and there's this whole thing that you level up and stuff like that, so I have Pokemon Go. And then I have Apple TV. I don't really use Apple TV, but I really want to buy the Friends Complete series, and I don't know if I would actually watch it on my phone, but I have it on my phone just in case. And then I have lifestyle. I have CoStar, Headspace, Golden Thread, and Skyview Lite. CoStar is amazing. I think it gives you your birth chart, you can add friends with it, and it gives you a bunch of, and then it gives you like the details of your horoscope, I guess. And then I have Headspace. I use Headspace for meditation. I don't actually pay for it right now. I'm taking advantage of the basic pack right now and relearning how to meditate and stuff like that, and using the free version they had for during the virus. And then Golden Thread is just a tarot reading app. You can pull your daily card and you can log your readings and stuff like that. I use it occasionally, but it's just fun to have. And then I have Skyview Lite. This app is amazing if you're outside. Oh, I don't want to upgrade. If you're outside, you can look up and see what stars are by you, which is amazing. Like, how cool is this? And then I have my music folder. I use SoundCloud for some of my workout music because I love remixes and stuff like that. And then I have Shazam if I'm out at a restaurant or at a bar or something and there's a song that's playing and I want to know what it is. It's pretty cool. And then I have Drive pickups mainly for the virus. I try to do my grocery pickups, and when I need to make a Target run but I can't actually do a Target run, I do the Target pickup order, which is lovely. And then on my last page I have Twitter, TikTok, and my work folder. I put Twitter and TikTok here because it takes up a lot of my energy. Like Twitter, every time I go on, I leave kind of like, yeah, so that's the best way I can explain it. So I have it on my third page, so I don't really go into it. And then I have TikTok. I used to spend so much time on it, so I thought that if I put it in a like page that I don't really look at, then I won't be as tempted. And then I have my work folder. I also have this on the last page because when I'm not at work, I don't want work to be on my mind, if that makes sense. And I have both of these on my computer, so I don't need to see this both on my laptop and on my phone. Okay, so my camera did die, so I am back now, and I really hope this wasn't too rushed because I know I was rushing because my camera was gonna die, but didn't have to rush anyway because it died anyway. But here we are, we're back. Okay, so we're almost done. My bottom 4 apps are phone, FaceTime, messages. Wow, I butchered that. Messages and Safari. I feel that these are the most essential things that you can have on your phone, and that's why it's there, because phone calls and messages, I'm always texting. Phone calls, self-explanatory. And I also really like FaceTiming my friends and my family, so I have that on here as well. And then I guess we'll scroll over to this side. I have batteries, shortcuts, and Google Calendar. I like having batteries even though I can see it up at the top of my phone. When I have my AirPods in, I can see how charged my AirPods are. I also have shortcuts in here so I don't have to go into the app every time, and I can just scroll over and click bedtime for when I'm going to bed and stuff like that. And then I have Google Calendar just so I know like what my day is looking like and or the next due dates. So I think my phone really speaks to who I am. I'm a very organized person. I'm a very like productive person, and so I like to separate out my apps based on like the front page is very all the apps that I use a lot, and the second page is very organized and it has everything in it, but it's organized by folders because I love organizing things. And I think you can tell based on my apps that I am like in my 20s or maybe in college based on the apps that I have, like Snapchat, Messenger. I do have like school apps in here, but I'm also like working with the emails, and I think having 2 calendar apps and like reminders really shows that I'm a organized and working person. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that this kind of gave you more of an insight into what your phone says about you, and I hope that this was fun and learning what was on my phone. It's still very weird for me to be talking in front of a camera, so bear with me here, but I really like this new take that I'm taking with my channel, and I really want to make more videos on digital identity and storytelling because that's what I'm very passionate about. That's what I want to go to grad school for, and that's hopefully what I want to teach in. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.